Assalamu alaikum all. Today I am going to be talking about my favorite book for learning a language, which is these two books. So I've got a French one and an Arabic one here, and I'm going to be talking about why I love these books. Even though on this channel I have been talking recently about why it's great to learn the language through YouTube and audio and listening and building up your comprehension that way. I have been trying to learn Arabic for like 10 years now and haven't done that well on that recently until I've kind of picked up some of these new tips that have helped me massively. Also picking up French as well, and I have tried a lot of books throughout the years, and these books are definitely my favorite, and I do definitely recommend them. So for those that are new here on this channel, I share my language learning journey as a Muslim, where I go about sharing the best tips that I have found. So what is this book that I talk about? So this book is by a French company actually, who are called Assimil. So these are two of their books. I've got the French version here, which is, they always kind of keep that up to date. So if you know English and you're learning French, and then they've also got this Arabic one. So if you know English and you're trying to learn Arabic, the only thing is with the English to Arabic one, they haven't kind of updated that to the newest version recently. But however, the old versions are still really good. I hope they do sort of go back to updating that. For some reason, I don't know, maybe that if you know English and you're trying to learn Arabic, probably hasn't been as popular for them. Now, why do I love these books so much? So one of the main reasons is just because of the structure of the book, just how it's kind of written. It's very clear. The fonts and everything are really nice. It's really well structured. How they break the lessons down is really good. And what it does is it starts off with something really small, and then it slowly builds it up. So lesson one will be, just a couple of lines. Lesson two might be like a few more lines, and they'll be trying to teach you something. So every lesson they're trying to sort of teach you something, and it's really well done. In the Arabic book, there's about 77 lessons. In the French one, there's about 100 lessons. And I really love these books, and the way I sort of heard about these books is that a lot of polyglots use them. So polyglots is someone that knows many languages. I mean, there's people out there that know 10, 20, like lots and lots of languages, and I know these books are very popular in that kind of polyglot kind of world. They're also very well written, as I've also mentioned. The font, the colors, and just the way they've kind of done everything is really great. And when I compare it to some of the other books that I've seen, these books are like really good. I mean, like, have been fantastic compared to many other books that I have used. Now, if I just go into more detail about each lesson within the book, so generally it starts off with a few lines, and then it sort of provides you with a translation of those few lines, and then it provides you a little commentary and things like that for those lines, and then and this commentary and notes can really help you understand what's kind of going on within those couple of lines. Then the next thing it does, it goes into the first exercise, which is a bunch of questions, and in those questions you're translating the target language into English. So I might have 5 French lines or 5 Arabic lines. The aim is for me to kind of translate them into English. And then the second exercise is the other way around. So you have some English and you need to translate that into your target language. What I really like about this is that the answers are right next to the exercises. And this is really important. So you don't have to hunt around for the answers and to check that if you're on the right track or not. It's very quickly, I can do the first question, I can see the answer straight away, and I know whether, I've kind of done that one right. I can make some corrections and then move on to the next question. You'd be very surprised how sometimes it can be very hard to get the answers. Sometimes they put the answers all the way at the back of the book. That just becomes a real pain. It can take a lot of time. It can be quite time consuming. But one of the main reasons why I like this is that it reduces anxiety. So this is one of the things I've never kind of thought about before until recently. I've been following someone called Lingo Steve on YouTube, and he's got a fantastic channel. If you're trying to learn any language at all, definitely check out his channel. He knows lots and lots of languages. I'll be sure to have a link in the description below. And definitely kind of dealing with that anxiety and the stress of learning a language is really important. And Asimil does that really good because you have the answers and all the text right next to where you need it. It just helps massively. And anxiety and just stress is one of the big reasons that people fail on learning a language. If something is way too complex or it's too difficult, then, of course, people are going to struggle, and then they're more likely to drop out and not learn that language. And also, if it's something that you're not ready for, you haven't learned properly, or you don't know where to start and things like that, just to make that progress is really important. And there's something that I came across from the Atomic Habits book. It's called the Goldilocks rule, which is basically something just needs to be just right when you're trying to learn something or pick up a habit or something like that. And if something's too easy, then you're not really learning anything, and it's not going to kind of benefit you that much. However, if something's too hard, then you're going to struggle a lot. So it needs to be just right. Now, Asimil books, I believe, do that really well, because it starts off simple and it kind of just adds on a little bit each time with each lesson. And I just want to kind of go back to the first point, which is that generally use books as a kind of a starter to get into a language, just to understand it. So that's what I'm doing. And by no means am I an expert. I'm still got a long way to go on this sort of language learning journey. But it's just to kind of get me understanding, getting some basic words, basic, bits of grammar and stuff in there. But the main thing I want to be doing is spending a lot of time watching videos and listening to audio in my target language. So that would be French and Arabic. I want to see that being used in this natural environment with people just speaking it naturally, and just kind of get used to listening to it and just building up my listening skills. And I want to spend a lot of time doing that. And another really important thing is just to find material videos and audio that I really enjoy. So, in my case with French, I really enjoy things around food. So I'm going to be spending a lot of time finding videos around French food and baking and all sorts of things that I really like listening to and watching. It's really great with the videos as well. Like if you've got food videos, they'll go to restaurants, go to bakeries, you see people making things. I like watching cooking programs anyway. So it's a really great way to kind of get into a language and, try and pick up little bits and pieces. And so that's why a book is important as well, just to get going as well. When I say starter book, I don't mean just the first few pages. I mean I actually kind of go through quite a bit of the book. So within the French one, I do want to finish this book. Also with the Arabic one as well, I want to finish that one as well. So I've got a really good sort of basic understanding on what the language is about. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please smash that like button, as it really helps the algorithm. Assalamu alaikum. See you next time.